Look at me everyone, I'm doing exercises. So we are seeing division in the Tory ranks. Looks like the scandal and the Christmas parties is not going to be the one that hits the Tories. It's division in its own party over COVID restrictions. And without fail, whenever there's some sort of change to COVID restrictions, this guy always turns up in Parliament with a microphone.
Sir Desmond Swayne.
Mr. Speaker, in a typical winter's day, between 200 people and 350 people will die of flu. Do we hide behind our masks? Do we lurk at home, working from home? Do we demand that people provide their bona fides before going to a venue? Do we require people to be vaccinated as a condition of keeping their jobs?
And he's starting with the classic, the flu argument. It won't take long to debunk this one, will it? So 26,000 people died of flu in the UK in 2019. 150,000 died of COVID in 2020. And that's with all the restrictions in place. If you didn't have lockdowns and such, you could quadruple that total. As you can also see there, to match his 26,000 flu deaths, just take April. That's all you need to do in 2020 to match his flu deaths.
The question is whether the measures before us today are proportionate actually comes down to a matter of opinion. Do you take seriously some of the extraordinary extrapolations that we've been given, particularly given the record of before? The fact that these are things that might take place, and we have to balance that against the known costs and damage to enterprise, economy and society.
So basically, get everything back to normal, everyone back in the factories so your share prices can go up.
And we are typically capable of organising our lives and making those decisions for ourselves. We decide what our risk appetite is and what we're prepared to encounter and what we're prepared to not. Notwithstanding the carnage on our roads, certainly killing more people than COVID at the moment, some of us still decide to drive.
Now, this one really did make me laugh because this really is ridiculous. 1,700 people died of traffic accidents in 2019. 150,000 COVID deaths. I mean, that stat is just... there is a law, isn't there, against lying in Parliament? Is it straight up lie or just misinformation? Is that allowed, is it? You're not allowed to lie, but you're allowed to just spread misinformation. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not really too bothered about this guy, you know, he makes me laugh in a way, and there's actually a couple of points there that I agree with him at. Not many, but there's one. He mentions mandated vaccinations to keep your job, you know, that's an area that I'm not too keen on. But what I can't stand is hypocrisy, duplicity, just being inconsistent, basically, and this guy appears to be for freedom and liberty and autonomy. Should we have a little look at his voting record? So here he is then, Mr. Desmond Swayne, the Conservative MP for New Forest. Let's have a little look on how he's fighting for our freedoms in Parliament. Desmond Swayne voted for mass retention of information on people's internet usage. Are we going to use a bit of the old retention on the internet usage? Yeah, better make sure it's mass though. Don't do it en masse. That's a good start, isn't it? Desmond Swayne voted to allow bulk interception of communication. Bulk interception! Should we intercept a bit of the old communication there, Mr. Swayne? Yeah. Better make sure it's in bulk though. We don't want to just monitor the terrorists. Just, you know, now we've got the power. Let's make sure it's in bulk and we're intercepting everyone's information. Oh dear. Desmond Swayne voted against reducing the age of consent from 18 to 16. Please, sir, can I touch that penis? How old are you? I'm 16. 16. No, you know the law. You're not allowed to touch penises till you're 18. Oh, but my mate John, he's 16 and he's allowed to touch vaginas. Yes, but that's normal, isn't it? No penises till you're 18. No penises. Oh my god, this guy. What about gay marriage? I mean, surely he's fine with gay marriage, isn't he? Surely he's not that insane. Desmond Swayne voted in favour of allowing same-sex marriage. There you go. Phew. Phew. He's not completely nuts. At least he knows what that's all about. But not in Northern Ireland, apparently. Oh, what? I stand for equality in marriage and freedom, but not in Northern Ireland. I couldn't believe it when I saw this. Why is he not for? I mean, maybe someone can fill me in on that. Is that some DUP influence on the? I know, when was that vote? I can't remember. I'm driving. I've got it on the picture. Was that when Theresa May was in and they had that DUP? And maybe something was influenced there, but it's still crazy. And abortions, no abortions in Northern Ireland either. What's that about? What's that about? It must be that DUP coalition thing, right? Was it 2019 that vote was on? I'll find out when I look at it later. But like I say earlier, I just, you know, this guy is a bit funny. He's just a bit of a laugh to me, really. You know, I don't like the fact that he's throwing misinformation and lies out there in Parliament, but I think most people are intelligent enough to see past that rubbish and they know the score. And like I say, there was even a couple of things there that you mentioned that I've always been a little bit hazy with COVID passports and especially mandatory vaccinations to keep your job. That definitely is dodgy. But what I don't like is just when you're inconsistent in your argument. You know, these people that are always going for freedoms, we need freedoms, and then they're voting on no gay marriage in Northern Ireland. They're voting on, you know, 16-year-old gay people not having the same rights as 16-year-old heterosexuals. You know, it's two-faced. It's, go on, mate, you go. Go. You better go now, or, yeah, there you go. It's going to go red on me now. But yeah, inconsistent. Yeah. It's not consistent. That's all I want, and that's what makes me laugh about this guy. And it's the same thing as your you know, your GB News viewers and your Alex Belfields and stuff like that when they go on about freedom of speech, but as soon as you say something they don't agree with, what? No, freedom of speech goes out the window. Anyway, just a quick one today, guys. I just saw that this morning. It made me laugh. I had to do a video about it. Till next time, take care.